low-income housing will be available in Keokuk at the end of this month.
WGEM Shakayla McCamick is in to tell us more about that. Shakayla.
Mackenzie and Daniel, in 2020, Keokuk Housing Authority started construction on a handful of their apartments. They converted 36 apartments that were 370 square feet each into 24 apartments with more space. The 24 apartments are now about 600 square feet each. The remodel was supposed to be done about a year ago, but structural issues caused a delay. Now, Executive Director Donald Amsler says the units are more comfortable to live in, better serving the community.
We were having trouble keeping full all the time because we had a large number of small apartments, and so as a part of conferring with HUD, they thought it would be better to make our apartments more marketable and more user-friendly and more space.
Amsler says the apartments will be available to rent on February 28th. You can call Keokuk Housing Authority's office at 319-524-4386 for more information. Shakayla McCamick, WGEM News.
All right, thank you, Shakayla. And you can find the public housing eligibility checklist to see if you qualify to live in these apartments on our website, WGEM.com.